So I've been a little MIA. I've actually been away in Tasmania for the last 2 weeks filming, hence why I'm a little behind on episodes. I am sorry. We actually been doing a film in Tasmania on for driving and adventuring for a film contest, which is really, really exciting. I'm keen to start sharing some of that with you guys. Hopefully I can share some of it. It will be available to see on Tier 5, the Film Invitational. That's where it'll be aired. So I'll put that below in case you guys want to keep an eye out for it. I believe it'll be happening August or after August sometime. Anyways, I obviously took the GU Patrol. If you've been following that build, you know we've done a massive rebuild on it, and this was its first shakedown. I know I said I built it as a weekender, and the first trip I did was 2 weeks in it. It was really hard to live out of, in case you were wondering. Anyways, that's not the plan for the build, but it was a perfect shakedown to figure out everything that worked and everything that didn't. Let's have a little chat about that trip and all the prep that we had to do leading up to it, because there was a lot.
So we all know the GU has been in and out of the fab shop more than I've been in and out of a drive-through for the last 6 months. The legends at Radius Fabrication have been piecing together my wild custom tub setup, and now it's finally done. Look at her, sleek, functional, expensive, just like me, really minus the functional part. So what better way to christen the new setup than with a casual little shakedown trip to Tasmania? You know, just down the road across a massive body of water where the trucks eat cars for breakfast. Yes, I was scrambled eggs. Anyways, but let's not pretend it was as simple as a pick up and go. There was a lot of prep involved, because when you build something custom, it turns out you also custom build your own problems. So I had to sort out all my problems that existed before it went to Radius Fabrication, because I am one of those kind of people that sets myself up for failure in the future and just says, hey, I'll deal with that later. So now is later and I have to deal with it, which is 12 volt, and obviously wiring up my tail lights and all the LED lights we put in the front since I've done this rebuild, and also all the existing problems I have with the 12 volt, which you know I've tried to do before, because I do like to give wiring a crack. I kind of enjoy it, but I also have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm enlisting Camp G to sort out my problems.
So essentially this episode is going to be part 1 of prepping the GU for Tassie and everything I did to prepare this car to live out it for 2 weeks and go across the ocean to Tasmania. Part 1, and it is going to be on all my electrical issues. So if you're someone that is prepping for a big trip, or you just have a bird's nest like me, or a new car that you want to put a bunch of accessories into and you don't want it to just turn into a massive bird's nest, then this is the episode for you. And I have the perfect solution, because I'm absolutely stoked with what we went with. So let's rewind and let me show you how we prep this car. Okay, so I'm going to jump straight into this because we don't have much time. My GU, we'll show you later, is an absolute mess when it comes to wiring, and as much as you can, it's already been hacked in, chopped into, so that's what I could potentially do, but I really want to start tightening this car up, and I'm going to be using a SwitchPro. So I really want to show you guys what these are about. If you have a car or a problem like mine with the electrical, where it's just quite literally running out of room because of wiring, this is going to eliminate that problem. So the first thing I've got to do is actually go through, figure out what everything is, label it, start pulling it out. Then I'm going to get Michael to come in from Camp G, because he is an expert at the end of the day. He provides KC lights, and he also does a SwitchPro, so this is definitely his forte. You also got a brand new car and you're looking at adding a lot of accessories. A SwitchPro could probably be for you. So I need to stop rambling and I need to get to work.
I've got an excessive amount of terminals stacked on the battery and a full-on bird's nest of wiring running, well, everywhere. It's a mess. So while I got started tidying things up inside the cab, Michael jumped in and started attacking the engine bay. He's ripping out the old spaghetti and helping me get everything cleaned up and wired properly. We've also brought in the 300 series to give it a bit of love, fitting it out with some of the new KC highlights and the SwitchPro setups. We're running the Flex Era series on this one. We've got a set going into the grille and 4 of the 10-inch bars up on the roof. It's going to give us heaps of light and a super clean setup thanks to the SwitchPros. What are you doing?
We're just fitting a grill light bar kit from Pirate Camp Co. Fits well, really good actually. And then we did some custom chopping of the grill, because we didn't want the lights behind the grill, we actually wanted the lights in the grill. So we used Pirate Camp Co's brackets, kind of dodgy fitted our own bracket hanging system for the KC lights, and yeah, put them in. Pretty happy with them.
What do you got there?
I've got a vacuum cleaner because your car is an absolute pigsty.
So that's not normal?
Well, I can't even see the wiring I'm supposed to be taking out because there's mud and sticks and everything else shoved in there. You see these hands? They're nice and clean, no calluses, nothing. That's because we work on cars like this.
Well, at least I brought you one nice one. Does that make up for the one
Yeah,
bad one?
I haven't even got to work on that yet. It's only 10 o'clock and I'm covered in dirt already. This is where you put over that song. What's it? Working 9 to 5.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living.
There is a wiring loom in there. That's the kind of service you can expect when you come to Camp G. Vacuum the inside of your car out if we need to expose the wiring.
Not a common thing. Not recommended.
It's definitely a first for us.
We had a bit of a late night last night because we were removing all the wiring. This is everything I pulled out of my car. As you can see, that's a lot. That was pretty much all my old light bar wiring and a few other accessories, and essentially that was filthy. There was a lot of it. I'm replacing it all that right there gets replaced by this.
Now this replaces all the individual relays, fuses and switches I would have needed and puts everything into one solid unit. Instead of running thick wiring from every accessory into the cab, everything now connects straight into the central power module in the engine bay. From there, just one clean cable runs to the switch panel inside. It saves a heap of time, space and mess. It handles up to 150 amps, so it's more than capable to run all the lighting in the car, plus the compressor I plan to use and all the other accessories I want to put in the future. And it does it all without stacking terminals on the battery or creating a bird's nest of wiring. There are 12 switches, but the cool part is one can do more than one job. So for example, I've got my Casey light set up so one button turns on the bright white beam, and with another press, it switches it to the amber backlight, all on the same switch. And I've done this with multiple lights in the car. Way cleaner, safer, and a smarter setup, especially with how much gear I've got running into this build. Now, Camp G did an unreal job helping me set this whole system up. I know shoutouts can sometimes feel like a plug, but honestly, they generally deserve it. This is some of the cleanest, most professional work I've ever seen come out of a workshop. There were no corners cut, every wire is properly routed and secured, everything is labelled, and they even put together a full wiring document for me to keep in the glove box. It explains exactly what's running where, what amp each circuit is on, and all the details someone would need to know if they ever had to work on the car. It just makes this whole setup future-proof, and the kind of attention to detail really sets them apart. They literally put so much effort, and if you guys are located on the Gold Coast and ever need work done to your car, I never normally promise anything, but I promise these guys will look after your vehicles.
Alright, so today we're attempting to head home. We've been here for 2 days and Mike is ready to get rid of us. Patrol's pretty much done. We have all the local lights. We had a few gremlins with the tower lights, just some parks wiring. But the boys got in and fixed that all up. So she's ready to be loaded up very soon once this 300 is done, and then get home and start more prep for Tassie.
Wiring officially ticked off the list. And the best part, I can now sleep at night knowing the GU probably won't burst into flames thanks to the old crusty wiring I ripped out. That's a win. Now I'm absolutely stoked with how both the GU and the 300 turned out with the new lights. Seriously, they look unreal. Running it all through the SwitchPro made the install super tidy, and using them now feels just as seamless as the setup looks. Clean, simple, and it actually works, unlike my last 5 wiring attempts. But don't get too comfy because this is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what's really wrong with the GU. Next episode, the prep chaos continues, and trust me, it gets worse before it gets better.